How y'all doing, good people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money for my subscribers. So please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed. If you want to follow me when I'm not on YouTube, do me a big favor. Get down to the description box. Click on that Instagram link, Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Instagram link, and give me a follow on Instagram. Then send me a DM to let me know that you're rocking with me so that I can say thank you. Also, be very careful on Instagram. A lot of impersonating scammers. Impersonating yours truly. I will never slide into your DMs asking you for money, telling you about things that I don't discuss on my YouTube channel. That's a dead giveaway, right? Somebody slides into your DM pretending to be me. If they start talking about stuff that I don't talk about on my YouTube channel, you'll know they are a bona fide scammer. Do not send these people any money through DMs just because they slid into your DMs claiming to be me. So just be careful out there, guys. I'm never going to ask you for money to send to me to invest for you. So it's a scam. Please don't fall for it. Not on the YouTube comments, not on Instagram, not on Facebook, not on TikTok, not on X. Nowhere. Don't fall for these scams, right? Okay. Got that out of the way. Let's talk about the website real quick. www.richardfain.net. Second link down in the description box. Guys, go check out the website. Got some great digital products on there to help you collapse time frames and get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Don't miss this opportunity, guys, to grab information that you can then convert into execution. That's the purpose of the website, is to provide you with financial information, financial literacy, so that you can collapse time frames and get to your pot of gold faster. So go check out the website, www.richardfain.net. Second link down in the description box. While you're there, consider joining the fastest growing financial community on Patreon. You can join through my website. Just click the membership button or click the join button and join this fastest growing financial community on Patreon, guys. We got over 750 folks that have joined in 3 months. It's gonna be 1,000 people here soon, and we're loving it. The more, the better. We got a really robust community chat that's going all day long, where people are in there helping one another get to wealth, giving best practices, giving tips and nuggets. Listen, man, if you don't want to be out here by yourself trying to build wealth in the matrix, where it's a crab in a bucket mentality, they don't want you to build wealth in the matrix, so they're going to pull you back down in the bucket. They're not going to let you out the bucket. So if you want to stay in that environment, go ahead. But if you want to get yourself over here in an environment that's uplifting and that people are headed in the same direction you're headed, and you want to be amongst friends as you build wealth, you got people who are going to be positive and be a good sounding board for you. Join this fastest growing community on Patreon, fastest growing financial community on Patreon. Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. Get yourself around some people who will go in the same direction you're going. Last thing, Moo, my self-directed brokerage app that I'm going to be using over the next 10 years to quadruple the net worth. Guys, first link down in the description box. Get yourself up to 15 free stocks. All you got to do when you deposit $100, when you open your new Moo brokerage account, you deposit $100 into your new account, you qualify for 5 free stocks, publicly traded companies. If you decide to put $1,000 in when you initially open your account, you qualify for 15 free stocks, publicly traded companies, right? New York Stock Exchange, Chicago Stock Exchange, and the like. All publicly traded companies, guys. Each stock can be valued anywhere from $2 up to $2,000. Depends on the random system that Moomoo uses to pick the stocks. But at the end of the day, the stocks are just an extra. That's not the reason you sign up for Moomoo. It's just for the free stocks. You sign up because you want to have a brokerage app that you can use to make sure you build wealth through paper assets. Great features. Fractional share trading. A lot of your full service brokerage platforms don't offer fractional share trading. Now, they offer fractional share trading for their own proprietary funds, their own ETFs that they created. They will let you do that, but a lot of them will not let you buy fractional shares of Nvidia, fractional shares of Tesla, fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven. A lot of them won't let you buy fractional shares of other investment companies' ETFs. So I'm not saying all of them, but I'm just telling you Vanguard won't. One of the biggest in the world, second largest in the world, Vanguard. Second largest full service brokerage in the world, Vanguard, with under 9 billion under, correct that, 9 trillion under management. 9 trillion under management. They will not let you do fractional shares unless it's their proprietary fund. So listen, Moomoo can provide you the ability to buy fractional shares. Why is that important? Because if I got $500 I want to invest in Nvidia and I can only buy whole shares, that means I'm only going to be able to get 3 shares. The rest of that money is just going to be sitting there doing nothing. I want to put my whole $500 in Nvidia, and I can do that through fractional share trading on the Moomoo brokerage app. So get down in the description box, first link. Click on that Moomoo link. Open up that new Moomoo account today. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money. And better yet, go get you some fractional share trading so you can invest every dime you got to invest in whatever company you want to invest it in or whatever ETF you want to invest it in. For a lot of you guys who don't know how to use brokerage apps, you want to sign up, but you're afraid. Golly, Richard, I don't know how to use this thing. No big deal. I got you covered. All you got to do is send me an email to www.richardfain.net. That's my email. That's my website. Send me an email through the website. Second link down in the description box. Send me an email through the website. Richard, hey, I want to build wealth. I want to use Moomoo because I want to take advantage of that fractional share trading. I want to take advantage of automatic investing. I want to take advantage of automatic reinvestment of my dividends so I can compound and build more wealth faster, but I don't know how to use that. I'm going to send you 2 tutorial videos that the good folks at Moomoo put together. And then you're going to know how to use that because you're going to look at those tutorial videos over and over and you're going to get the basics. And that's all you need, guys. You don't need to be a professional stock picker. You don't need to be a professional ETF picker. You don't have to have a lot of degrees and a lot of training and a lot of Series 6, 60. You don't need none of that crap. All you need to do is have a vision and know where you want to end up. All you got to say is, okay, Richard, I got $500 to invest and I want to get to this number in the next 5 years, the next 7 years, the next 10 years. And I'm willing to discipline myself. I'm willing to be consistent and I'm willing to be patient. I'd love to invest my money in something that could potentially give me a nest egg. And that's what it's all about, guys. It's about you taking your active income, putting it in something that builds wealth for you while you sleep. You ain't gonna be able to work for the rest of your life, man. Some point you gotta give it up. Some point you gotta give up working. I don't know, for me, it was 50 years old, I gave it up. I gave it up. I'm 56, so from 50 to 56, boom. I've been doing my own thing, controlling 100% of my time. Why? Because I got assets. I take this money that I earned and I put it in assets that grow my net worth. And that net worth generates income for me when I'm asleep. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's creating what? Income for me. That's wealth, guys. And it starts with a brokerage account. It starts with a brokerage account. In my opinion, none better right now than Moomoo. So get down to that description, get down in the description box and join me. And then, like I said, send me that email through the website. If you don't know how to use the thing, no big deal. Don't let that intimidate you. We'll teach you how to use it. All right? Because everybody deserves the right to build wealth. The only way you get yourself out of the matrix, the crab in the bucket, only way you get yourself out of that crab in the bucket, because you know them crabs, them other crabs, as you try to crawl out that bucket, them other crabs gonna bring you back down now. They ain't letting you out of there. They ain't gonna let you out of there. Same in the matrix. 1% ain't gonna let you out. The only way you get out of the matrix is you gotta become what? Independent. In the matrix, you're dependent on the 1%. They gotta pay you a check. They gotta give you Social Security. They gotta give you all this stuff the 1% gotta give you. And they set the system up that way to trap you for your whole life. That's why they created Social Security, to trap you for your whole life. Okay, we got to give them something, guys. So back in 1935, that's what they did. In 1935, they said, listen, man, we got to give these people something or we ain't going to be able to keep them trapped to keep us rich. So we got to give them something. So in 1935, they created Social Security. Somewhere in that area, 1935, 1945, one of them dates. You go research it, but that's why they created it. They created to trap you for the rest of your life, so you'll work, spend, and then wait on that Social Security check. The problem is, as we fast forward to 2024, it ain't enough money to take care of you. So what do you got? 65-year-olds, 70-year-olds, 75-year-olds going back to work. Why? Their expenses exceed their income. Don't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out. If the income I got coming in ain't enough to take care of the expenses going out, I got to go back to work. I don't care if I'm 75 years old. So get yourself out of the matrix. Get yourself over here in some independence where you control your time, you get more choices, you get more freedom in your life. Get down to the description box, guys, and click on that Moo link. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. All right, we got a lot to cover, so let's dive on in. Okay, so here we go. Let me set the stage first before we dive in. Yesterday, on Sunday, July 21st, President Biden decided he was going to step aside and not run for re-election. Everything hit the fan. Now, listen now, people already thought that would happen. But until it actually happens, you just speculate, right? We all speculated. A lot of us saw the debate. We knew something wasn't adding up. Something was off a little bit. We didn't know what. Maybe it was just a bad day. Maybe it was jet lag. Maybe it was a cold. All these excuses that they threw out, right? Which we, and again, nobody's picking sides here, but just saying, okay. Jet lag, it's a cold. Y'all figure out which story you want to go with. But at the end of the day, we knew something was wrong. Finally, President Biden just decided, you know something? We're going to go ahead and step out. We're going to finish up our term. It's been a great 4 years. We've done a lot. We've accomplished a lot. But now it's time for us to move on to another phase of our life. And we're going to let somebody else step in this spot. And he said he would endorse Kamala Harris, which is his current vice president. Okay, so that hit the waves yesterday. Everybody started thinking, well, golly, what is going to happen to the stock market on Monday with all this uncertainty? We don't know who's going to lead the Democratic Party against the Republican nominee, which is former President Trump. We don't know. And whenever there's uncertainty, guys, investors typically are not real good with that. They want certainty, not uncertainty, right? They want clarity. They want forward direction. They want to know exactly what they're going into. They want to see light at the end of that tunnel. That's what investors want, especially when you're talking about trillions of dollars being invested. They want clarity. So nobody knew this morning what would happen to the market. I didn't know. Many of you didn't know. We were all probably thinking about it. I did a live stream late yesterday afternoon telling you guys that what was going on and giving you my thoughts on it. And I told you guys, start putting your your logical thinking cap on, take off the emotional side, because that's gonna drive you crazy. You ain't gonna be able to sleep, especially if you got a lot of money invested like I do, and I got a bunch of it invested. I got 75% of my net worth in the stock market. So if some go sideways with that, I'm gonna have to work till I'm 65. I'll be on YouTube 70 years old. 70-year-old dude on YouTube. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I got a lot invested in this thing too. But the only thing saved me so I could get a peaceful sleep was I put on my logical thinking cap. And I said, Richard, here's the deal. All temporary, because there is no business performance issues with the companies that I buy and the ETFs that I'm buying. They're solid. They all have done well year to date. They all have a really, really long historical track record of multiplying money while I sleep. So guess what? Put that logical thinking cap on. Anything that happens tomorrow negative is simply business, well, simply market manipulation or what? Market behavior. It's nothing to do with the businesses, right? So that got me through and calmed me down. I brought myself back off of the cliff, off the side of the cliff, brought myself back in, and I did okay. Got a good night's sleep, got up this morning, got out and did the 4 miles like I normally do, and then boom, prepared for this morning live stream. Looked at the market, guess what? At the time I looked at it, things were looking great. S&P was up, Nvidia was up. Yeah, Nvidia right now up $4.77. S&P, let's take a look at the S&P. Which y'all know that's my broad barometer. I look at the S&P as the market, right? Whatever the S&P is doing is telling me what the broader stock market is doing, which is important, right? And in the broader stock market, the S&P 500 index right now is doing 55.59.38, up about $54 this morning. Now, we don't know what will happen throughout the day, but it is good news that the market absorbed that news from last night, yesterday. They absorbed it, and we got off to a good week. That's good news. That kind of took some of the pressure off of people, right? I ain't mad at that. I know a lot of us wanted a red day that we could go deep sea diving. I know, I'm with you. I wouldn't have minded a red day where I could go deep sea diving too, but honestly, to be honest with you, when you got 75% of your net worth in something and you're counting on that 75% to quadruple itself, listen, man, a green day to start the day was welcome. I ain't gonna even lie to you. A red day would have been great, and we very well may get a red day as this thing progresses. But it's certainly good to wake up in the morning, look at that thing and it's green, just to be like, whoo, goodness gracious, okay. We'll get back to a red day tomorrow, but today it's great to wake up green, just because I got a lot riding on this thing, right? So that was nice to be able to get that green, even though I would have loved to deep sea, a red day where I can deep sea dive and pick up some really good treasures at the bottom of the ocean, because I'm talking about these stocks, right? I'm talking about these ETFs trade at a heavy discount at the bottom of the ocean, right? I would have loved to went deep sea diving, but hey, I'm okay with the green to start out the day. I don't know if it'll finish that way, but to start out was a sigh of relief. So I think that was good. That told us one thing about investors. I'm talking about big boy investors, because 75% of the activity in the stock market is from big boy investors. Big boy, Wall Street, trillions of dollars invested, people, companies, right? Billionaires. They make up 75% of the activity. So that tells me this morning, they must have already priced this in. They must have already priced in Biden stepping aside. See, and it makes sense. Think about it. Over the last couple of weeks, you've been seeing key people. I'm talking about higher ups. Anytime you start seeing A-list actors and A-list politicians and talking about, yeah, Biden needs to step aside, that tells me that the party had already united and said, hey guys, over these next 2 weeks, we're going to soften the blow by letting people know we want him to step aside. We're going to save the economy. We're going to save the stock market. We're going to soften the blow to let people know that we are unified in him stepping aside, but we got to do it in a dignified manner so that we don't embarrass the president and we don't tarnish his legacy. That's all they've done, guys. And the market knew that. A lot of us didn't know it because we're retail investors and we always have our emotional thinking cap on. We rarely have our logical, right? See, them big boy investors, them billionaire investors, they always got the logical thinking cap on. They ain't never emotional. That's why they rich. That's why they rich. Because they never think with their emotions. They always think logically. Only retail investors think first with emotion, right? That's why we down here in the 99%. Because we tend to lead with emotion. We tend to lead with our emotions on our sleeve here. We don't normally lead with logical thinking. We normally lead with emotional thinking, but not the 1%. Not them big old gigantic hedge funds, big old gigantic institutional investors, those billionaires. Those people always got that logical thinking cap on. So that just tells me they had already priced in Biden stepping aside. Because had they not priced it in, we would be in the red right now. Just telling you my opinion. You go out and do your own research and come up with your own conclusion. But my conclusion is the big boys, the blue chippers, the 1%ers, they already priced this thing in 2 weeks ago. And it makes sense, like I said, when you saw over the last couple of weeks, all the A-listers, celebrities that were Democrats, all the A-listers, all your big boy politicians, all Democrats, kind of was very respectful, but they was asking him to step aside. When you saw that, the big boy investor said, oh yeah, they already got this thing done. He's going to step aside. We don't know when, but he going to step aside. So let's not even trip when he step aside. We're going to just go ahead business as usual. And that's what you see in the stock market today. Will it continue? Who knows? I ain't got no crystal ball. But right now it's in the green and it's looking really, really green. And you're making some room. But let's move on. I just wanted to set the stage. But let's move on to what's going to be happening in 9 days. And why I believe it's going to be, a lot of net worth created in 9 days. In 9 days, it starts. In 9 days, it starts. The move upward. In 9 days. So why do I say that? Here's the deal, guys. Nvidia, whether you like it or not, some of you will agree with me, some of you will disagree with me. But the stock market right now, I'm not saying forever, but right now, the stock market goes wherever Nvidia goes. Because AI and all the semiconductor companies and all the customers that use these products that these semiconductor stocks make, these companies like Nvidia, Broadcom, Intel, AMD, TSMC, all of these companies that are in this AI chip stratosphere is driving the stock market. You go look at the broader stock market, which you guys know, that's the S&P 500. What's driving the S&P 500? Magnificent Seven and the other semis. That's what's driving it. If you look at the S&P 500 for the first 6 months, a third of the ROI is attributed to Nvidia by itself. A third. So if you got a 15% ROI, a third of that is attributed to Nvidia. So wherever Nvidia goes, whether you like it or not, in the short term, that's where the stock market goes. Because Nvidia is the leader of this AI industry, this emerging AI industry that's in this baby. It's a baby. It's not an embryo anymore. Now it's a little baby that they believe can grow up to a full-grown adult. And if it grows into a full-grown adult, let me tell you something, guys. This company right here will be a $30 trillion company. That's my opinion. You do your own homework, make your own YouTube video with your opinion. But for my YouTube channel, that's my opinion. I ain't no expert. I'm no professional at this. I'm no whatever you want to call it. I'm not one of those guys. Jim Cramer didn't invite me on his show yet. So I'm just a regular smegular just like you, right? I'm just a regular guy with a YouTube channel. Ain't nobody invited me nowhere. So I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy giving you my opinion, but this is what I see coming. And it starts in 9 days. Well, what's the significance of 9 days, Richard? Well, 9 days represents July 31st, 2024. Why is that significant? Q2 earnings will be over for Nvidia. It'd be in the rearview mirror. All we're then waiting on is the report to come out, which I believe I get all kind of dates on this report. Some people say the 15th of August. Now it's back to the 28th. Some people say the 21st. Sometime in August, they're coming out with that report. I don't know when, but sometime. But here's the sweet thing. Just like I told y'all last week. See, I ain't no expert, guys. I just been doing this for 30 years. That's all. Just a regular guy doing this for 30 years, paying attention. Logical thinking cap on 95% of the time. 5% of the time, I got the emotional thinking cap on. But 95%, I'm thinking logically and trying to figure this thing out because I got to quadruple the net worth. So I'm saying to myself, shoot, man, if this thing goes wherever Nvidia goes, then those Q2 numbers are going to be very important. They're going to be extremely important to the overall short-term growth. Now, of course, the stock market is much bigger than Nvidia and it's much bigger than AI. We know that. It's a continuous bull market, 11, 12 different industries, big boy industries. Don't get me wrong. I get it. It ain't just about Nvidia, but in the short term, in this little short-term period right now, guys, it is. And that's all I care about. I don't care about 30 years from now. What I care about is over these next 3 to 5 years, can I get the quadruple net worth? And I think with Nvidia you can, but it starts on 7/31/2024 because that's when the second quarter ends for Nvidia. So now what did I tell you last week? I said, people gonna start leaking stuff. They're gonna start leaking stuff about these earnings. I'm telling you now, you're gonna start seeing people in the beginning of August, late July, start leaking stuff. And that's what we got already. I told you it was coming. I told y'all. I ain't no expert here, and I'm no, Nostradamus or nobody, but I'm just a regular guy who's been following this stuff, right? And I knew what was going to happen. So here we go. Already happening. We ain't even out of July yet, and it's already happening. Here's the headline. Nvidia's stock gains, as analyst says, a $2 billion beat could happen this quarter. What does that mean? What does a $2 billion beat mean? Well, we're gonna go through and tell you, but I'm gonna give you a little cliff notes real quick, and then we're gonna dive into the experts. I'm not an expert, but I'm gonna dive into the experts. But I like to give y'all my little 2 cents before we get to the experts, because I like to feel good about them, know what I'm talking about when I get into this thing. So here we go. Nvidia comes out with its earnings. The earnings are the earnings. But see, these experts have their idea of what Nvidia should do from an earnings for the second quarter. They got a number in mind, and then Nvidia has a real number. This is their number. So their number is over here. Nvidia's number, actual number here. What they mean is Nvidia will probably do $2 billion more than what the analysts and the experts say they'll do. That's what they mean by beat. They beat the experts' estimates. That's a good thing. And they're saying they're gonna beat it by $2 billion. Okay, now I set the stage. Let's move into the real experts, because I'm not one. Piper Sandler sees the potential for a sizable revenue beat in his bull case scenario. Piper Sandler, analyst at Harsh Kumar, is upbeat about Nvidia Corp's potential to post another blockbuster revenue total ahead of Wall Street's high expectations. Right there, you already know Wall Street has high expectations for revenues. See, Wall Street ain't 100% behind this thing yet. They're not. So they're going to jack it up so they can prove themselves right. Oh, they didn't beat our estimates, even though their estimates are high. This is what he's saying. Wall Street already set high expectations for Q2. This guy's saying Nvidia is going to beat it. And guys don't just come out and say this stuff, guys, unless they know something we don't know. That's all I'm saying. Unless they know something we don't know, they typically don't come out on a limb like that, right? It's their reputation on the line. Their reputation is on the line, guys, if this thing don't come true. In our bull scenario, what does bull mean in this context? In our best scenario. In our best scenario, bull. Bear, worst scenario. Bear, worst scenario. Bull, best scenario. So in our bull/best scenario, we continue to see Nvidia positioned to show a 2 billion plus, a 2 billion plus with a B, with a plus, beat for the quarter, for the report July quarter revenue, also aided by a bounce in networking supply. Kumar wrote in a note to his clients. This is what this guy's saying to his clients. So if he's going out on a limb saying this to his clients, I'm telling you guys, he got to know something. He got to know a little something, right? The fact set consensus calls for revenue of 28.6 billion in the July quarter. Kumar's base case estimate is actually below that level, however, at 28 point, but that's the base, not the bull, right? Nvidia beat revenue expectations by 1.45 billion in the April quarter, which was just a few months ago, right? Remember, they came out, they ended April 30th, and they came out with earnings, first quarter earnings on May 22nd, and they obliterated it, triple digit everything. Yeah, they beat revenue by 1.45 billion. This guy is saying it's going to be 2 billion. Check it out. And by not just in April 2024 did they beat by 1.45 billion, but the prior quarter, which was January ending, they beat by 1.71 billion. So not only did they beat in January by 1.71 billion, that was the fourth quarter, right? Fourth quarter 2024, because their fiscal year ends in the new year. So they always say, so it was fiscal year 2024, but really we're in 24. That's the way they're capped. That's the way their revenue periods end. Their fiscal year. And then when you roll into the first quarter of their new fiscal year, which is 2025 fiscal year, first quarter 2025 fiscal year end, they beat expectations by 1.45 billion. That's top line revenue now, right? Now they're saying they'll beat second quarter ending 7/31/2024, second quarter fiscal year 2025 by 2+ billion. I don't know about you guys. When people go to throwing those numbers around like that, I tend to think they know something. Again, no expert here, no crystal ball, but man, guy got to know something if he's sending a letter out to his clients. Got to know something. I don't know. Okay, opinion. Here's the bad news for tech investors wondering if AI spending is paying off. We view the setup for Nvidia positively ahead of the July quarter earnings and the October quarter guidance. So this is what happens. They come out with Q2 earnings. Whatever the numbers are whatever the numbers are. But then they have to give you some guidance on the next quarter, which will be the third quarter fiscal year 2025, right? They got to give you guidance. So this is what this guy is saying, right? They give you, they go ahead and give you the Q2 numbers, and now they got to give you some predictions on the Q3 numbers. That's where the guidance comes in. That's where this October quarter guidance. So we view the setup for Nvidia positively ahead of the July quarter earnings. Thank you. Helps me a lot better. That tells me I should be getting a bump in net worth. Because I'm gonna have 10,000 shares, guys, when it's all said and done. So I should have a bump in net worth. And then the October quarter guidance, Coomer noted, we see the strong business trends exhibited over the prior year by Nvidia set to continue, aided by official launch of the Blackwell architecture in October quarter. So basically what he's saying here is, listen, guys, what we've seen in the past, we have no reason to doubt it won't continue, especially when they start rolling out Blackwell, which is the latest and greatest product from Nvidia, in October. Well, not October, it's getting ready to roll out right now, but October will end the third quarter, is what he's saying. So it's rolling out now. It's already getting shipped. They already got 40,000 units already made. And I know some people, it's not a $3 million product per product. Listen, guys, yeah, the base product is like $1 million, but when you add all the little extras, and your big boys are gonna want the extras, it's a $3 million product per each. It's a $3 million product each, and they got 40,000 of them. Represents about 200 billion. 200 billion in revenue. About 75 billion in profit. So if they roll through those 40, that's a 200 B right there. Just those 40,000 Blackwell architecture new product is a 200 B. That ain't even counting H100, H200 that preceded Blackwell. Still selling them too. Go do your homework. Go check the Magnificent Seven, how much of H1 and H2 that the Magnificent Seven buying. It got a B behind the number. Meta, Alphabet, Microsoft, it got a B behind the number. These people spending $3-4 billion in the old product. So what do you think they're gonna do when this new one come out? That's all the guy is saying, right? They don't see this thing slowing down. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. We see the strong business trends exhibited over the prior year by Nvidia set to continue, aided by the official launch of the Blackwell architecture in October quarter. That means right now, because July quarter is ending in 9 days. 9 days, that's in the rearview mirror. Boy, we go on to quarter 3 and the Blackwell gonna start rolling out. You do not make 40,000 of these things unless you have a buyer. That's business 101. Yep, you gotta have some inventory, I get it. But you gotta have some indication you're gonna move that 40,000 units if you didn't spend all that money manufacturing. You're not gonna set them in a warehouse and they just not sell. So you must have had pre-orders, you must have strong indication that you can go through 40,000 units of Blackwell architecture. Let's say $1 to $3 million a pop. That's a lot of money. Estimated at $200 billion. Net profit at 75 billion. Come on, guys. So here we go. Nvidia could remain a big earnings winner along with these other chip stocks. Nvidia shares are up 1.9% in pre-market trading Monday. The stock's Friday close was down about 13% from its mid-June high of 135.58. See, I was telling y'all, buy the dip, grab the dip, grab your net worth. A lot of you did. And again, not your financial advisor, because I'd grab the dip. I bought Prior to the dip, I had about 4,700 shares. Right now I got 83. So I bought 3,700 shares, man, on the dip. 118, 120. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because I'm gonna make a lot of money at that price. And I was prepared today to go another 1,700 shares if that thing got down to 110. I was prepared. I was ready to go to get me to my 10,000. I was ready to go. A lot of other people in the private mentorship club, they was ready to go too. And a lot of them still executed. Why not? It's a bargain right now at 120, 122. It's a bargain in my opinion. Again, not an expert at this, not trying to tell you what to do, not trying to give you financial advice. I'm just giving you an opinion of a guy that's on YouTube. And I made a lot of money in the stock market, guys. A lot. And what do? Traditional investing, all big boy blue chip. I don't mess with nothing that ain't big boy blue chip. With a historical, I'm talking about a historical track record of multiplying money when I sleep. I don't know what you invest in, but I can go to bed at night and get me a good 8 hours in, no tossing and turning, because I'm in big boy blue chip. And I also understand the stock market is a continuous bull market that the 1% created to get rich. And as long as the 1% in it, I'm gonna stay in it. All their money in there. Jeff Bezos, Zuckerberg, Buffett, Robert Smith. Y'all know how to throw a black guy in there, right? He rich too, billionaire. I'm sure Michael Jordan got something in there, a little something. But my point is this. These people make their money in the stock market or they hold their money in the stock market. Why do they do that? Income. Grow wealth, right? See, they get two ways that they make money. They make money off the income, which is dividends, but they also make money off what? The appreciation of the investment. Two ways, right? They get appreciation on the dividends because, companies doing very well, they typically will increase the dividend, pass on some of that profit to the shareholders. That's what a dividend is. It's when companies make profit and they share that profit, a portion of that profit with shareholders. They call that a dividend, guys. Right? You're in the right companies with the right dividend, you can make a lot of money. Plus, you can make a lot of money on the appreciation of the stock price. I buy Nvidia today at $120 a share, $122 a share, $123 a share. Who cares? The thing go to $200 a share. That's appreciation of the stock price. They call that wealth. Plus, they pay a nice little cha-ching, little dividend for holding my money in the stock. So all I'm telling you, man, you better figure out a way to make money while you sleep. You better figure out a way to make money without you doing anything other than messing a button or picking up a rent check, something. But this trading time for money that most of us are doing in this matrix and this crab in a bucket mentality where all we thinking about is instant gratification, no delayed gratification, nowhere in your life. Guys, Social Security ain't gonna be able to take care of you. Just FYI. It won't be able to take care of you. I'm just gonna be honest with you. These people are already trying to decrease Social Security. They're trying to increase the age and decrease the actual payout. So what do you think it's gonna be like when you get there? 20 years old, 25 years old, 30 years old. You gotta work for 100 years and then you're gonna be getting a little bit of Social Security check. Come on, man. Listen, 3 to 5 years, if you do this thing right, you're done. 3 to 5 years, if you do this thing right, you're done. I don't care what age you are. I don't care if you're 18, you're done at 23 if you do this thing right. Well, what do you mean? It's all about income, right? It's all about you giving up something in the beginning. So if I'm 18 years old and I want to be done at 23, guess what I'm going to be doing? At 18 years old, I'm going to work 20 hours a day. I'm going to sleep 4 hours. I'm going to do that for the next 5 years. I'm going to have 10 side hustles, primary, whatever it takes. I'm going to work 20 hours a day. I'm going to sleep 4 hours. I'm going to do that for 5 years. I'm going to take every dime I make. I don't care if I got to live in a shoebox. I'm gonna take every dime I make and I'm gonna put it in assets that build wealth. So if I'm making $10,000 a month from 10 side hustles, I'm gonna take 75% of that and put it in the stock market, put it in real estate, and just do that for 5 years. 20 hours a day, sleep 4 hours, do it for 5 years, and I'm a millionaire. I'm done. 23 years old, done. Now I got $1 million, earning about $60,000 a year in income for me. And now I get to go out and just do whatever I want to do, build more businesses. Why? Because I got a safety net now. I got some cushion. I got cushion now. I got $1 million generating money for me while I sleep or while I work on other projects. And then I'm gonna take that free time and really dive into things that I really love and have a passion for, and I'm gonna turn them into income streams. That's how you do it. Bingo. But you gotta give up something. The problem with a lot of us is we won't give up nothing. We won't give up nothing. We want to go buy Gucci and Fendi and Michael Jordan tennis shoes and exotic trips and cars, and we want to party. We want to do all this other stuff that the 1% have programmed you to do, trapped in the bucket with a bunch of crabs pulling you back down. They've programmed you this way since you were 5 years old when you entered kindergarten. That's where the process of programming you started. And I don't care if you're all the way to your PhD, you're still programmed until you unprogram yourself, until you reprogram yourself. Today is a great day to reprogram yourself. I don't care what age you are, as long as you're 18. Kids, be kids and enjoy your kid, because you're going to be adult real soon. I tell my daughter this all the time. Oh, my friends, they got little jobs. All I want you to do is do great in school, go to college, get your degree, figure out what you want to do with your rest of your life, because I promise you this, you got all the rest of your life to work. Don't rush into it. Matter of fact, if you can figure out a way to get out of it, get out of it. If you can figure out a way to not do 25 years like I did in corporate America, get out of it. And here's the opportunity for a lot of you people. You do not have to go through this traditional 25, 30 years of working. That is old school. This new school, all you got to do is be willing to give up something for 3 or 4 years. Give up something in the front end for 3 or 4 years, and you got the rest of your life as a young person to just chase whatever you want to chase. But you got to pay the price for 3 to 5 years to do it. And right now is no greater opportunity in this next 10 years, guys, to just create so much massive wealth. Massive wealth. You got a 56-year-old guy getting ready to create massive wealth. Massive. You can do it too. You just have to start the reprogram. You got to get out of the matrix. You got to go down to that description box, click on that moo list. I don't care if you're 18, 19, 20, you ain't never known, you don't know nothing about stocks. Don't worry about that. Just make the decision. Get down to that description box, click on that moo link and make the decision. Put your $100 in there, put your $1,000 in there. Make the decision, forget this partying and hanging out and being on social media all the time and other people business who are already rich, sitting around watching people run around the field who are already making millions, and I'm up here watching them. And I'm around here broke. No, give up all that temporarily. Give it up. Give it up. Get your Moo account set up. Put you some money in there. Send me that email through my website, www.richardfain.net. Richard, I done opened this Moo account. I'm putting money in it. Send me them tutorials. I got to get this thing done in 3 to 5 years. And then I'm going to send you my blueprints to show you how to do it. All you got to do is dedicate to working them 20 hours. Oh, I don't want to work 20 hours a day. Well, then stay in the matrix. That's a fair exchange. If you don't want to pay the price, you don't get the reward. If you don't want to pay the price for 3 to 5 years, then you stay in the matrix for 50. That's up to you. I'm just here to give you an option. I'm here to give you an alternative to the matrix. But if you want to stay in there and everything in your life be instant gratification, and then when you get to my age, you're going to look back on it and be like, I'm still in the matrix? I'm still working? Yeah, because you wouldn't give up nothing in the beginning. See, give it up in the beginning and you'll be fine. Follow the blueprint. A lot of money getting ready to be made here, guys. I don't know if you're going to be a part of it, but I am. I got to be a part of it. I got big dreams. I want to own an island or a little piece of an island somewhere in the Caribbean Ocean, right on that blue water and that white sand. I got to have it. The last thing on the bucket list. Got to have it. Only way I get it, got to quadruple the net worth. Got to help enough people get what they want so I can get what I want, right? Fair trade-off to me. All right, let's keep moving. Nvidia shares are up 1.9% in pre-market trading Monday. The stock's Friday close was down about 13%. What a buying opportunity last week. We talked about that. A lot of y'all took advantage. A lot of y'all sat on the sideline, twiddling your thumbs and figuring out ways to not do it, right? But a lot of y'all did it. I did it. And I think down the road, we will pay off handsomely for us. I think so. Just my opinion though, right? The new Blackwell chip lineup has the potential to spur a new leg of growth. That's the Blackwell. But guess what's coming in 26? The Rubin. I keep telling y'all, the next 3 to 5 years, boy, this Nvidia thing is gonna, goodness gracious. Next 3 to 5 years, but we already got the Blackwell geared up. You got 40,000 units, 1 to 3 million per unit. So you know what kind of revenue, 200 billion. And then you got Rubin coming behind that in 26. Come on, y'all. Y'all better listen up. So here we go. The new Blackwell chip lineup has the potential to spur a new leg of growth as cloud providers. Who are cloud providers? Who are cloud providers? You ever heard of Google? You ever heard of Microsoft? You ever heard of Amazon? Yeah. 3 of your biggest cloud providers in the world. They buy their product. Yeah. That's what's coming, guys. This is what's coming. The new Blackwell chip lineup has the potential to spur a new leg of growth as cloud providers, enterprises, and governments continue to show strong spending appetites for artificial intelligence hardware. See, here's the thing. This is what I love about this. You can't stop progress. I don't care. You can't. You're going to get ran over. That's just like you standing on a railroad track trying to stop a supersonic train going about 200 miles an hour. You out there by yourself trying to stop it. Can't. You're going to get ran over. That's what's going to happen with this AI thing, guys. You cannot stop the progress. It's too many people on the planet that need access to information. You currently got 4.5 billion people with access to the internet. We got 8 billion people on the planet. You got emerging markets out there that don't even have internet. That's why these people are making such a big investment in their infrastructure, their AI infrastructure. Just saying, man. Just saying. And these next 3 to 5 years, nobody catches Nvidia. Nobody. And then on top of that, you got enterprises and governments. Now you got governments saying, hey, we want to build out our AI platform for our country, the entire country. We want to build it out. Just saying. Multiple traditional cloud service providers seem likely to upgrade to Blackwell in a bid to capture power and pricing benefits. See, this Blackwell thing is more efficient, more powerful. More efficient, more powerful. State of the art. Nobody else can mess with this thing, guys. I don't care what other companies behind them you try to name, they cannot mess with this Blackwell architecture. Can't mess with it. Too efficient, too powerful. Too much of an upgrade. So multiple traditional cloud service providers, AKA Microsoft, AKA Amazon, AKA Google, AKA Oracle, all got cloud service platforms. You ever heard of AWS? That's Amazon. Killing it. About 90 billion in revenue right now. Killing it, guys. I'm just letting you know what's coming. Prepare yourself, right? Prepare yourself. This is how this company is going to multiply my net worth. This is how. See, this is the stuff that I look at to give me an indication of what this thing could be. No guarantees. Little risk, little reward. Big risk, big reward. But you got to be built for it. You got to be built for it. If you're not built for it, don't get in this game. Don't get in this game, man. You got to be built for this thing. You have to be built for it, right? Because it's going to take us 3 to 5 years to get this real impact. Maybe even a little longer, but I think 3 to 5 years we're going to get the real impact. Or at least that's what I plan on getting. So multiple traditional cloud service providers seem likely to upgrade to Blackwell in a bid to capture more power and pricing benefits, according to Kumar, who was also upbeat about Nvidia's opportunity with sovereign governments. See, everybody ain't the United States, man. You got countries out there that's got plenty of wealth. They just don't have the resources. So not wealth resources. I'm just talking about technology resources, like people in their country that can build this kind of stuff, right? They don't have it. So what do? They go grab somebody like Nvidia that helps them build it out with Blackwell architecture. If you don't know what that is, guys, go out on the internet and do some research on Nvidia's products that they're getting ready to roll out in 25 and 26. Read about them and figure out what they are and how advanced they are. And ain't nobody else got nothing close to them right now. That's why I said 3 to 5 years, nobody catches them. Now, I don't know what happens after that, but 3 to 5 years, nobody gonna catch them. Nobody's gonna catch them. So who was also according to Kumar, who was also upbeat about Nvidia's opportunity with sovereign governments with multiple countries. Check this out. Japan, the UAE, France, deploying their own unique clusters. Japan, pretty wealthy country. UAE, Dubai, pretty wealthy. France, Paris, not bad. They want to build out their own thing. They want to have their own AI platforms. Customers of Nvidia. Kumar also flagged improvement in networking chip supply. He upped his Nvidia price target to 140 from 120, with the new target 19% above current levels. The new target is above the 132.42 FactSet average. Don't miss Nvidia's stock gains. Okay, ain't gonna go in all that. So there you go, man. That's just a little bit of Monday morning breakfast for you on my favorite company in the world, right? I'm gonna make a lot of money in this stock. I believe that with all my heart. And if I miss, I miss. I'm a big boy and I gotta get big gains. Now, Nvidia down to 120.73. See what I'm saying? Started out on fire this morning, working its way back down. Could be an opportunity to pick up some dips later on today. I already told y'all guys, and I told you this last week, until 7/31/24, very volatile, but it's not business performance, it's market behavior. That's all it is. Put a logical thinking cap on, do you some research on this company, see if it makes sense for you in your portfolio. Maybe it doesn't. That's okay too. Find you something that does make sense, right? Because the only way you're gonna get out of the matrix is you have to build some wealth. That's the only way you get out of the matrix, guys. You gotta build wealth. And if you're not prepared to build wealth, then, okay, don't build it, right? Don't build it. Stay in the matrix. Stay in the matrix. Here's another article that I read that I really like that kind of gives you a little bit better understanding. So here's the thing. Earlier today, 24/7 Wall Street published a look at how blowout sales of Nvidia's new GB200 system could create a path for shares to hit $200 a share by the end of the year. Tonight, reports out of Taiwan added further credibility to the idea Wall Street could severely underestimating Nvidia's 2025 sales pipeline, which they're doing. That's what they do when they don't get behind something, right? They're shorting the stock. They're trying to make money on the stock by shorting it. Do everything they can to drive down the price, to short it to make money. But that's Wall Street, right? Right, that's Wall Street. So I don't worry about Wall Street. Like I said, as long as it's not business performance, I don't care about Wall Street, man. At this point, I don't. Because they're going to do what they do, right? They're going to do what they do, say what they say. They're going to make money any way they can. They're going to say what they can. They're going to short the stock. Then they're going to turn around and buy it cheap and ride it back up. This is what they do. Y'all got to be aware of that. Got to be aware of it, though. So here's the supplier report points to future blowout earnings for Nvidia. The important supplier report comes from Taiwanese newspaper. In it, UNDA reports that Nvidia has raised orders by 25% for supplier Taiwan Semiconductor, ticker symbol TSM, for its upcoming Blackwell chip. So they've increased their buy from TSM. Demand is being primarily driven by large cloud producers like Google and Amazon, as well as companies like Meta and Dell Computers. The article notes that Taiwan Semiconductor is currently in a quiet period, but the strength of these orders could lead them to raise full year guidance. The report cites an average selling price. I told y'all what the Blackwell is selling for, man. Y'all think I'd be around here just pulling stuff out of thin air. The report cites an average selling price for the GB200 systems of 1.8 million. They can reportedly sell for up to 3 million each, but the average order size will be lower. So you go from 1.8 up to 3 million, and you got 40,000 of these things in the pipe. Come on, man. I keep telling y'all, somebody knows something I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not, somebody knows something. You just do not lay out this kind of money for no reason. Let's build them and they will come. That's not how you do it at this level. If you're gonna build them, you better have a buyer for them. An important caveat is there are no named sources for this report. However, reports out of Taiwanese supply chains have preceded increasing demand for AI chips over the past 18 months. More to the point, this report just continues adding fuel to the fire of the idea Blackwell's demand is scorching hot. Listen, I'm just telling you guys, it's one of these things where you gotta figure out something, right? Nothing's guaranteed in this life, nothing at all. But we gotta figure out something. We gotta figure out something to get this wealth. So here's something else that I thought was pretty fascinating. As I covered earlier today, Wall Street is now racing to increase their EPS estimates for Nvidia next year. KeyBank took their forecast for Nvidia's data center group revenue from $140 billion next year to $200 billion, a 42% increase in their sales estimates for next year. That's 2025. Meanwhile, KeyBank took their earnings estimates from calendar 25 up to $4.95, up from a previous estimate of $4.24. The key driver in KeyBank increasing those figures, their increasing belief that the GB200, aka Blackwell, sales will exceed all current expectations. Check this one out. As I noted earlier today, Wall Street taking their 2025 EPS estimates for Nvidia north of $5 per share could push their stock price to $200 a share. Wow. It reports of GB200 demand are accurate, and I think they will be. It's important to note that Nvidia won't be the only winner. Well, yeah, Taiwan Semiconductor going to be a winner too. I keep telling y'all, Nvidia drives this whole thing, man. Taiwan Semiconductor is going to be a beast. They're already a beast. Y'all know Taiwan controls 90% of the chip manufacturing in the world, right? It's done right there in Taiwan. And Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company is the 900-pound gorilla. Biggest founder probably the biggest founder in the world. 90% of the chips, the advanced chips, are made through Taiwan. That's the reason why China wants Taiwan so bad. Because if China gets Taiwan, which they're not going to do because the Americans ain't going to let that happen, U.S. government won't let that happen, and NATO won't let it happen. But if they did, they would control all the chip making in the world, basically. China would. So you can't let Taiwan fall into the hands of China. So all of this propaganda we heard last week about, oh, President Trump said they're going to have to pay us in order to protect them. Oh, that's crap. How you going to let China just come over there and take all the chip production? That's technology. That's worse than companies selling all the technology. They'll take the chips. They control it. So the United States ain't got no choice but to protect them. NATO ain't got no choice but to protect them, right? Or what's your other option? China controls all the chip making in the world. That's your option. Which one you think they're going to take? Okay, then. So when you hear all this propaganda about what President Trump said and what President Biden said and all garbage, all propaganda, propagandizing you, keeping you in the matrix, crab in a bucket mentality, keeping you short-term sighted, no delayed gratification, all instant, that's all that is. To keep you 2 or 3 steps behind where the real decisions are being made. Trying to keep you dependent instead of allowing you to become independent through wealth. See, wealth makes you independent. Zero wealth makes you dependent. Got to see through to some of this stuff, guys. Got to see through some of this. So Taiwan Semiconductor on June 16th highlighted the incredible tailwinds at Taiwan Semiconductor's back. And they're all now becoming reality extremely quickly. The company's #1 customer, Apple. So Apple is Taiwan Semiconductor's manufacturing company's #1 client. Apple, most valuable company in the world right now. Yeah, that's their #1 customer. Guess who #2 is? Can anybody guess? Can anybody guess who #2 is? I don't know. I'm going to take a wild guess. Let me take a wild guess at who #2 customer is for TSL. That'd be Nvidia. They're #2. Apple #1. Nvidia #2. So all of this crap about we ain't going to protect Taiwan, that's all smoke and mirrors, guys. Come on now. Apple, the most valuable company in the world, and that's their #1 customer. Come on, man. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. It's all propaganda, right? Just to scare you and keep you on the sideline and keep you broke. Keep you in the matrix, crab in a bucket mentality. That's all the media does to y'all, to us, right? We got to be smarter than that. We got to be smarter than that. The continuous bull market, AKA stock market, was created by the 1%, guys. If all this stuff they're telling us is true, why they money still in there? Why Bezos money still in there? Why Buffett money still in there? Why Robert Smith money still in there? Why Zuckerberg money still in there? I don't know. If it's a scam and it's fake, it's going to go to zero and never come back. It's going to sell off and it will never recover. How many times have we heard that? I'm 56, guys. I've heard that so many times. I've heard this so many times about, oh, this is it. We'll never bounce back. They said that in 2008 about the real estate market. Oh, we'll never be the same again. Y'all already know what's going on in the real estate market, right? Price as high as they ever been in the history of real estate right now. But we never recover. That's what they said in 2008. We'd never recover. All the experts, never recover. Stay away from it. And guess what the rich was doing while y'all was staying away from all them foreclosures and all that cheap real estate? Guess what the rich was doing? buying every bit of it. While they was lying to y'all, telling y'all to stay away from it, they was scooping up all them foreclosures from the banks, all of these uncompleted projects in great locations. They were just buying all that stuff in 2008, 9, 10. All of a sudden, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years later, all-time highs. These people made so much money, so much in real estate. And a lot of us didn't get any wealthier. We just sat on the sideline waiting for them to tell us when to get back in. And they told us to get back in what? 2021, when prices went through the roof. They lowered interest rates for y'all so you could go out there and buy all these houses that at the highest prices in the history of the world. They lowered all the interest rates for y'all in 2021 so y'all could go out there and make them wealthy. And what did they do? They started unloading all that real estate to y'all. But that's what they do with us. They want us to buy when we should be selling, and they want us to sell when we should be buying. See, that's what they did in 2008. See, in 2008, they started pumping in the propaganda, right? See, we really should have been buying in 2008, 2009, 2010 real estate. Should have been buying. But what were we doing? We were selling. We were mailing the keys back to the lender. That's what we were doing. And then guess what we should have been doing in 2021? We should have been selling. But guess what we were doing? We were buying at all-time highs just because we had interest rates that could help us with the monthly payment. See, that's what they did. They reduced interest rates to zero in an effort to stimulate the economy, but also in an effort to unload all this real estate they bought during the great financial crisis. And that's what they did. They unloaded all that real estate, all that residential real estate, they unloaded it in 2021. The rich did. Guess what they did in 2022? Same thing, right? Here's what they did in 2021. Stock market all-time high, right? They got rich because they bought in 2020. So they get rich in 2021, and then guess what they do in 2022? Hiding behind inflation, what do? They start jacking up interest rates to fight inflation. But also to do what? Create another bear market correction inside of this continuous bull market. That's what they did. They used interest rates to force that to happen. Just like history for us, guess what we do in 22? We start selling in 22. Again, they want us to sell when we really should be buying. Instead of us really buying in 22, we started selling in 22. And guess what they did? Scooped in 22, bought all the assets up, all the paper assets. And then guess what they did? In 23, around November, the Fed stopped increasing rates. Why? I don't know. Maybe somebody told them to. I don't know why they stopped, but they stopped. In July 23, they stopped. Now, isn't it a coincidence? 3 months later, we went to all-time highs in the stock market. Again, we buying when we should be selling, right? We selling when we should be buying. See, it's a pattern, guys, of what the 1% does if you just go back and look at the pattern. It's a pattern. They never get hurt. We always take on all the losses. Retail investors, we take on all the losses, really, because they manipulate us into buying when we should be selling, and they manipulate us into selling when we should be buying. Just saying, guys, just think about that. Here's a perfect opportunity right now. What does the great Warren Buffett say? Be greedy when they're fearful. Be fearful when they're greedy. Those are great words by Buffett. So here we go. Number one customer of TSM is Apple, right? Apple is potentially entering a new super cycle this fall thanks to AI features, and its second most important customer, Nvidia, may be in its own Blackwell-fueled super cycle. The Taiwan Semiconductor is preparing to raise prices on its customers and has relieved bottlenecks in advanced packaging that hampered GPU production in the last generation of chips. So they've solved that problem. You do know they also got a partnership with the United States, right? They got a partnership with the United States, TSM. They built an 1,100-acre super chip manufacturing facility in Phoenix, Arizona, in the desert. It's almost done. partly paid for by the US government to bring chip making back to the United States. That's TSM, guys. This is the same company that has Apple as their #1 customer, and they have Nvidia as their #2 customer. You might want to put them on the short list. Maybe, just maybe, you may want to put them on the short list. You ticker symbol TSM. Just a little bit of nugget information for you, a little bit of golden crumbs, a little bit of golden nuggets. You might want to go put them on the short list if you're looking for somebody to take a look at. You might want to. Apple's their #1 client. Nvidia's their #2 client. They got a partnership with the United States to bring chip making to the United States. 1,100-acre facility, Phoenix, Arizona. Go do your homework. It's out there. Going to employ 2,200 people. 625 football fields long. Do you know how big a football field is? Their facility, the manufacturing facility, is 625 football fields. But see, y'all, they don't want y'all to know any of this. 1% don't want you to know. They just want you in the bucket, pulling each other down, thinking about your next SUV. They don't even want y'all thinking about no wealth. They just want y'all thinking about nothing but debt, nothing but liabilities. They want you to think you own everything, but you really own nothing. Because if you ain't got no wealth, you got no freedom. If you got no wealth, you got no independence, and they know that. But they'll trick you to think you do, because I got the SUV, I got the house, I got the nice vacations, I got the kid in a nice private school. I got a maid, I don't have to work. I got somebody to clean my house, I ain't got to work. Guys, that's all fakery. That's all crab in a bucket, pull you back down, keep you broke, keep you in instant gratification, keep you dependent. All of that stuff that's all they're doing to you. And they've done it for thousands and thousands of years. Thousands. You can go back to medieval times. You can go back further than that. There always have been the 1%, and then there's always been the non-1% in every society since the beginning of this world. And it ain't no different today. You got to make a decision, man, what you want to do with your life, man. Like I told you, if you're a young person, people ask me this all the time. Hey, Richard, what would you change different? What would you change different if you could go back to your 18-year-old self? I'd work 20 hours a day, sleep 4, get me 10 side hustles if I need to. I don't care. I don't need no education. I don't need no college degrees. I don't need none of that. All I need is what? Hustle. Take every penny I make, 80%, 75, 80% of everything I make, and put it in these assets. That's what I would do. I don't care if I'm making $5,000 a month, I'm gonna live on $1,000. I'm gonna take $4,000 a month and pump it into companies like this, pump it into ETFs. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go out and, matter of fact, I'm gonna go out and learn how to hustle real estate, put deals together. I'm gonna have not one dime in the deal, but I'm gonna be the hustle guy. I'm gonna be the sweat equity guy. I'm gonna be the guy running around on Zillow and all these other free websites, finding deals and then putting people together. Where are you gonna find those people? I'm gonna go to real estate conventions. I'm gonna go to real estate networking places. I'm gonna go anywhere real estate people are and bring my deals with me. Put money together. I bring in the sweat equity, you bring in the cash equity. Let's go make some money. See, people want people like that because you don't find those kind of people anymore. Most people just want to be lazy and be given something. They don't want to get out and work for it. But if I'm 18 years old, that's what I'm doing. I don't need no college degree. I don't need nothing. All I need is hustle. And I'm going to go find the money. Like I said, I'll do it in real estate with no money. All I got to do is go find deals, and I can do that right on the internet for free. Millions of properties are right on the internet for free, telling you exactly what they are. I don't care what they're asking for them. Clearly, they ain't got it yet, or it wouldn't be on the listing. So I don't care what they're asking for. I'll go in and do 100 calls and get me 3 deals where I can get them below a 30% discount, take that to an investor who wants to be the equity guy, the cash guy, and I'm the sweat equity guy. And I can do everything I want to do right on the computer for free. But see, we just don't have enough get up and go. Oh, golly, how do I turn the computer on? What do I need to put in Zello? I mean, just stuff like that. When all you got to do, anything you want to know how to do, go into Google and search it. It's going to give you a plethora of step-by-steps how to do it. But we won't do that. I don't know. We won't do it. Google, YouTube, anything you want to know how to do. I don't care what it is, guys. Google and YouTube will show you how to do it. I didn't know how to edit nothing. I didn't know nothing about editing. I didn't know anything about software. I didn't know a thing about shooting videos, nothing. Guess what I did? Googled all of it. I Googled it. If I was on my little editing iMovie software and it wasn't something I knew how to do, Google it. It gave me step-by-steps how to do it. But we won't use these resources that are right at our hand on the computer and on the phone. We won't do it. We'd rather pay a guru $5,000 to teach us how to set up an Etsy account. This is the stuff we do. We'd rather pay a guru, a so-called guru, $30,000 to set up an Amazon automation store that Amazon gonna shut down in the first week. And you done paid this guy $30,000. We're gonna pay somebody else $5,000 to teach us how to buy tax certificates, real estate tax certificates. That's what we're gonna do. But this is the stuff we do. Why do we do these things, guys? Because we're looking for shortcuts. Why do we look for shortcuts? Because that's the way you've been programmed. Since you were 5 years old when you got in kindergarten, they program you. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. Get it right now. You deserve it. Life's too short. Don't wait. Pay somebody and they'll give it to you on a platter. And that's created all type of scams all across this world because of that mentality right there. And all you got to do is just go on Google and Google the thing. How do you open an Etsy store, Google? Give you step by step. But we don't want to do that. We rather ask somebody else that we think can get the secret sauce that can collapse time frames so we don't have to do no work. Let's be honest. A lot of us just don't want to do no work. Why in the world would I be on here every single day, sometimes twice a day, start the fastest growing financial community on Patreon? Why would I do all of that when I can just sit here on the computer and just buy stocks or sit here on the computer and buy real estate right on the computer? Don't never go see it, just right here on the computer. Why do I do all of this? Because I believe in helping people get to freedom. But you got to take the first step. You got to decide you want to reprogram yourself and get out of this thing right here that they call the matrix. Get out of this crab in a bucket mentality, guys. You got to. You can. But it's up to you. We got to stop all this short-sightedness, all this impatience, lack of discipline, lack of consistency, and turn those things into being disciplined, being consistent, being patient. Going and using your free online tools to help you learn something that you can make money. It's all online, guys. Just go to Google and search it. If you want to know how to open an Etsy store, guys, you can go to Google and learn. It will give you step by step. It'll tell you where to buy the stuff from. It'll tell you what retail price to sell it for. It'll tell you how to set the store up. It'll tell you all of that. But see, the problem is we don't want to spend the time and take the effort and the patience to do that. No, we don't want to do that. We want some guy to give us one that's already done. And we want to instantly start making $5,000 a month with no work, no nothing. We don't want to do nothing but just get the result. We just want to get the result. And that's how we get ourselves into trouble a lot of times. So that's what I would do if I was 18 years old. I would work 20 hours a day, sleep 4. I ain't got no time for no going out to partying, no friends. I ain't got time for none of that right now. All I'm thinking about now is by the time I'm 23, I want to have $1 million. And I'm done. I'm free. Now I'm generating $60,000 a year at 23 years old, and I can go out here and take that million and 10x it over the next 5 years. Because now I got money. Plus I got the street smarts, I got the hustle, and I got money. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. But that's what I would do if I was 18. By 23, I'd be done. See, I did it the long way because I didn't know. I was 26, didn't know nothing about nothing other than I needed to get a job. And then I just started learning. But if I had that and go back, that's why I'm on here a lot, guys, because I know you can do this. I don't care what age you are. I'm 56 and I'm still hustling. I'm 56 and I make more money now than I've ever made in my entire life. At 56, I make more money than I've ever made in my entire life. I've made more money in 4 years than I made in 25 years. Working for somebody. I made more money in 4.5 years than I made in 25 years working for somebody. Why? I used my resources. I took my skill set. That's unique to me. See, there ain't nobody else in this world like me. God only made one, me. So that makes me unique. But it also makes you unique because he created nobody else in this world like you. Now, you got a lot of imitators, scammers, impersonators that try to act like they me, but they're not. God only made one, me. And see, I know that. And with that confidence, I don't believe there's nothing I can't do with God on my side. There ain't nothing in this world I can't do if I set my mind to it and I get guidance from upstairs and I just execute. There's nothing I can't do. You should feel that way about yourself. There's nothing you can't do. You're unique. There's nobody else on this planet like you. And that's the attitude you got to have, guys, when you're trying to get out of the matrix. There's nobody on this planet like you. God only made one of you. That makes you unique and special. And if you thought about yourself that way, it will change your life. It will change your life. It will change your entire life. It changed my entire life. Because I know I'm special. And I don't need to hear that from nobody in social media world. I know I'm special. Because God says I'm special. That's why he only made one of me. That's why you're special. Because there's only one of you. I don't know what your beliefs are, and then that really don't matter. What matters is you believe you're special. And you believe you're unique. And you take that special, unique gift that you have, that nobody else has, and you execute. And you'll get yourself to wherever you want to get to in this life. That's a promise. That's a promise, but you got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. You got to develop patience. You got to develop consistency. You got to develop discipline. And you got to build your wealth so you can get independent and not be dependent on these people for the rest of your life. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm over time. Like I said, get down to the description box. Click on that Moomoo link. Get you up to 15 free stocks when you sign up today. Put $1,000 in there, you get 15 free stocks. Put $100 in there, you get 5 free stocks. Now you're ready to go. All you got to do now is execute. All you got to do now is take your earned income, stop spending it on stuff that makes somebody else wealthy, and take that money and invest it to make you wealthy so you can get yourself to independence. At some point, I think you can do it over the next 3 to 5 years if you really dedicate yourself and really make your mind up and bring out those unique and special and one-of-a-kind qualities only you have. Only you have them. There's only one of you on this planet. Out of 8 billion people, there's only one of you that makes you special. Use that special and that unique quality to your advantage. Stop being afraid. Stop being afraid of making mistakes or failing. Don't worry about that. On the other side of failure is success. On the other side of failure is success. Get yourself back up, dust yourself off, keep moving forward, don't look back. I'm here to help you. Plug yourself into the YouTube channel. Get yourself over to my website, www.richardfain.net. grab some digital products, collapse time frames, get to freedom. Join the fastest growing financial community on Patreon through my website. Hit that membership button, hit that join button, and change something, man. You keep doing the same activities you're doing, you're gonna get the same results you're getting right now. If you want different results, change your activities. It starts with clicking on that Moo link. Change your activities. Change your activities, guys. And then, like I said, send me an email once you open the Moo brokerage account. If you need help learning how to use it, I'll send you some material. I'll send you some tutorial videos that Moo put together for you guys. Plus, I'll send you my blueprints telling you everything I'm buying in paper assets to quadruple my net worth over the next 3 to 10 years. I'll send you all of that. Again, not trying to be your financial advisor, can't tell you what to do, can't tell you what to buy, but I can share with you what I do. It's the whole purpose of my YouTube channel is so I can share and give my opinion. That's all it is. Not trying to convince you. If you want to stay in the matrix, stay in that crab in a bucket, go right ahead. It's up to you. I did my part. My part is to spread this financial gospel. Those that want to listen, listen. Those that don't. I can't worry about them. I got to worry about and focus on the people that want to listen and want to change something in their life, period. That's it. Anybody else, I don't worry about. I don't worry about it. I only worry about those that raise their hand and say, Richard, I need help. That's it. All the rest, I don't worry about nobody else. So those of you who are raising your hand and say you want help, you know what to do. Get the brokerage account open, join my private mentorship club, and you're going to get all the help you need. I'm right there with you till you get there. That's a guarantee and a promise. I'm right there in your corner till you get there, but you got to make the commitment. Remember, nobody else like you in this world. You're special. You're unique. One of a kind. Always remember that. All right, man. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to catch up with y'all probably later this afternoon. Y'all know I got the live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern time on the private mentorship side. We do a Q&A every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Hey, join and be a part of that Q&A tonight. Maybe you got some questions for me. The only way I'm doing mentoring, guys, is through the private mentorship club. So if you want to be mentored by me and be a part of your team, your financial team, and 750 other folk a part of your financial team, join the mentorship club. And again, get down in the description box, click on that Moo link, open up that Moo account, go get that free stock, go get that free money. And thoughts become things. See it in your mind, hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy, get wealthy. Catch you guys on the next one.